All right, if you're on a Moza R9 and you actually want to drift properly in Forza Horizon 5, this is the preset that I'm using right now. This is the drift only setup though. I would not recommend this for casual cruising or grip racing. It's just tuned for just big angle and fast counter steer and control. I'll show you my Moza Pit settings first, then in-game Forza Horizon 5 settings. Let's start in the Moza Pit House. So we're here in the Moza Pit House, but before we jump into my actual settings, I will advise everyone to go to the settings, check the software updates, make sure that this is updated to its latest firmware, and then we can head back. So if my Moza Pit looks different than yours, that means probably you didn't get the update yet, but this is what it currently looks like. So the first thing we're gonna start with is the steering angle. For my steering angle, which is 430 right now, I normally run between 380 and 430. I came from a Logitech G920. Love that steering wheel. I can only drift around 280. So 900 degrees just feels way too slow for me. Currently using the 380 to 430 method, I don't have to spin the wheel like crazy to get an angle. For me, it's the sweet spot where it's still quick but not super twitchy. I'm trying to slowly work my way up to 540, but right now this range feels best for drifting. Next option is going to be the force feedback, which will be your game force feedback intensity. Force feedback strength I keep between 60 and 70% depending on how I feel. That gives me enough strength to feel when the car is loading up or losing grip, but it doesn't feel like I'm at a gym session every time I trying to play a game or drift. Another option is going to be soft limit right here. Soft limit is around 5 to 7 for me, and the soft limit strength is in the middle. As you can see, it's here in the middle. It means when they hit the edge of my steering angle, the wheel doesn't smash into a hard stop. It just give me a soft cushion like, okay, that's your max angle when you turn the wheel to whatever you set your sensitivity at. Next option is going to be maximum output torque limit. Maximum output torque is at 100%, so the base can give me the full 9 Nm if the game asks for it. I'd rather have all the detail available and then control the force feedback percentage. Next option is going to be hands-off protection. Hands-off protection is turned on for me, so if I ever let go and the wheel wants to go crazy in a spin, the base will calm it down and do not try to break my fingers. I need those. Next option is going to be the force feedback interpolation. Force feedback interpolation, I run between 4 and 7. That just smooths out the signal from the game, keeps the wheel for me from feeling grainy or robotic. It's still responsive. Next option is going to be natural friction. So the natural friction is only at 5%. That gives the wheel a tiny bit of resistance so it feels like a real steering column, but it doesn't slow down my counter steer. That's basically what the natural friction does. Natural inertia, this is a little tricky one here. Natural inertia, I move between 100 and 350 depending on the day, but more inertia makes the wheel feel heavier and carry more momentum when it swings for counter steer. Less inertia feels lighter and snappier, so I tune that based on if I want a heavier or lighter feeling session. Game spring I got that 100% so I could get a strong centering feeling from the game when the car straightens out. Game inertia is at 45%. That adds a bit of extra weight before making the wheel feel sluggish. Game friction and damping are both at 0. I don't want anything slowing the wheel down or adding fit resistance. For drifting, I want the wheel as free as possible. Next off, we're gonna go to the force feedback equalizer. So when you see this chart, this is the chart that you could pick a little bit to your preference. For my 10 hertz, I have 10 hertz at 120, 40 hertz is at 50, 60 hertz is at 50, and 100 hertz is at 0. Think of it like an EQ. I boost the lower frequencies so I can really feel the big weight transfers and slides. Then I could cut the higher frequencies so I'm not getting annoying buzzing through the wheel all the time. So now we're gonna jump into Forza Horizon 5 for the setting. Alright, so we're here on the Forza Horizon settings. Currently still use specific dead zones from my last wheel from the G920, so the dead zones are about the same for now. So as you can see, the vibration is still turned on, just a bit of extra feel when I hit bumps or curbs. Feedback scale is at 0.4. The Moza force feedback around 60 to 70. 0.4 in the game gives me strong feedback, but it's not brutal or clipping all the time. Next option right below, then the spring scale and wheel damper scale are 0.0. Don't want to fake any forces pulling the wheel to center or slowing it down. I just want the raw force from the car so the wheel can counter steer naturally and stay fast. So these options I kind of tweak a little bit down to 0.0. Next option is mechanical trail scale. Mechanical trail scale is about 0.8. makes the steering feel nice and stable without feeling lazy. The car doesn't instantly snap, but it also doesn't feel like it's steering through mud. Next option going to be force feedback, minimum force. This is at 1.0 and load sensitivity is at 1.0 also, where the wheel never feels dead around center and I get full range of feeling as the front tires load up in the corner. After that is going to be the roll feel scale. The roll feel scale is at 1.5 right now. I want to feel the surface, the bumps, the curbs, and when the grip changes. Off-road scale is at 0.0 because if I end up grass or dirt, I already know I messed up, to be quite honest. I don't need extra buzzing to tell me that. Steering sensitivity is at 0.5, right in the middle. That keeps car responsive enough for drifting. Small inputs don't make it snap out of control. That's my full Moza R9 drift only preset for Forza Horizon 5, both Moza Pit House and in-game settings. This is not what I use for a chill drive, it's tuned for sending it and catching big angles. Try this setup, tweak the force feedback strength and the steering angle a bit to match what feels good in your hand. Let me know in the comments how it feels for you. If you're on Moza wheel and you want more Forza Horizon 5 drift content and more presets, hit subscribe and stick around. I'll be working on a separate racing and grip preset as well. Catch me next one. Peace.